to day 4 of our book talk and our counselor lesson. I'm so excited to be back here with you guys today. Today, our book that we're going to be talking about is called Incredible You by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And Dr. Wayne Dyer, for the parents and the adults that are listening, he actually writes books for adults. And one of my favorite books that he writes is about thoughts and how we can change our thoughts to feel better. And that's kind of what this book is about, but it's a children's version. And it's called 10 Ways to Let Your Greatness Shine Through. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. So there's going to be 10 tips that we're going to talk about that kids can do to feel better about whatever situation that they're in. So number 1 is share the good. So right now, there's a lot of things going on in the news that, especially if we watch the news all the time, we're familiar with it, that it talks about the scary things. And what we can remember is that there's so much good going on in the world right now, even when things feel scary. And there's some really great Instagram accounts that I follow that I'll put on our website, and some great YouTubers that I follow. And if you guys know The Office, John Krasinski actually just started the Good News Movement channel, and it talks about some great things that are happening. But if you guys have been following all the good things, you probably know that people all over the world are making masks for people in need. My brother John is a doctor, and he said that everything is going to be okay if we stay home and do our part. And so it's just really great to focus on the good things. Number 2 is finding what you love. So right now, while you're at home, you can find things that you love to do. So for me, you can't see it in the video right now, but to the left of me is my keyboard, and I love to play the piano, and I love to sing. So I hope you guys are finding what you love to do. You are filled with love, guys. The opposite of love is fear. So I think I want to challenge you to ask yourself, what would love do? If you're fearful, ask yourself, what would love do? So finding a quiet place inside. Well, you know what? We're actually inside right now, unless you're going outside on walks with your family, which I highly recommend, getting in nature. But if you're inside, I think it's important that you have a space to be quiet and a space to relax. Also, making today great. So when we wake up in a situation like this every morning, it can feel different and it can feel difficult, but we have to focus on what we can control and how to make today great. So yes, we may not be able to go anywhere, but we can make the day great. Also, changing your thoughts to good. This is a really important one. Right now, we can focus on all the scary things. We can focus on what's not going right, but it's important for us to focus on what is going right, and we have control over that. Also, taking care of yourself. This is a big one. We want to make sure that we eat healthy, and we want to make sure that we're getting enough rest at night. We want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can. And I'm just going to click this so that I can see myself, because it's going a little bit dark. Also, picturing what you want. Right now, it can be hard to picture what this will look like after it's over, but we can still picture and think about the fun things that we want to do. Maybe this summer, when this is over, we can go to the pool. Maybe you can plan a fun trip with your family. It's really important to picture what you want to happen. Also, remembering everyone is special, especially you. Okay? And number 10 is good thoughts give you energy. So telling yourself I can't can make us feel like we don't have energy. It can make us feel run down. But when you tell yourself, I'm brave, I can, I'm smart, you can feel so much better. Which reminds me, we're going to get into Miss Stallwick's words of affirmation. And I'm going to make sure I'm saying them all correctly. So, I want you to remember, I am brave. I am strong. I am kind. I am good. And I am loved. Okay? And I said we were going to go to the next chapter in this book. This book is called Something Bad Happened, A Kid's Guide to Coping with Events in the News. And because this is for parents and adults and caregivers too, I'll make sure I include some tips and tricks in our website, okay? And for those of you that are watching, our lovely technology specialist, she was able to include our website and link it for us on the DFT Counselor page. So if you go to the DFT website and you click on Counselors, you'll be able to find a link to our website. We'll also put it here in the Facebook group as well. All right, so we're on chapter 2, and chapter 2 is brains and high alert. So a lot of what we do is focus on trauma when we are helping, and we're counselors, obviously. We help to focus on trauma. And when you've experienced trauma, you can have your brain be on high alert because that's what it's used to. It's used to looking for danger. And especially right now in the world, when the world seems different and unknown and a little bit scary, it's easy for us to be on high alert and ask ourselves, okay, what's going to happen next? What can I do to prepare for this? And so there's a few tips and tricks in here, okay? So it says, first of all, big things that recently happened. When we talk about those in the news, it's rare that every single thing that's happening in the news happens to you, okay? And we don't get a lot of practice because a lot of these things don't ever happen. So when it does, people talk about it so much, which is why it feels like everyone around us is talking about what's going on in the outside world. So there's several things that you can do to help others and to help yourself when you're going through something like this. So using sympathy, caring about people's feelings, using empathy, saying, I feel scared with you, and then compassion, I want to help you feel better, okay? So, also, one thing that we need to remember is that being in high alert when you're really safe is a common mistake. So right now, if you're able to listen to this and you're safe in your home, I want you to think about how you are safe right now. So when you're in high alert, when you're really safe, when it happens, you need to calm down your brain so you can get back to thinking clearly and feeling better. You need to show your brain in very specific ways that the high alert is not necessary and that right here, right now, you are safe. So you can use some of the mindfulness and breathing techniques Mastalik and I have talked about, and tomorrow I'm actually going to talk about calming your brain, or the next time I do a video, I'll be talking about calming your brain. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow or next week, so we'll see when that'll be. And so then the last thing I wanted to talk about is I wanted to get back into our mindfulness book, and I wanted to share some tips and tricks for kiddos if you're at home and you're kind of you're feeling a little bit discouraged. These are some things, and also when you're listening to your parents, it's really important that we listen to our parents right now because they're working very, very hard. And some parents have jobs and they're coming home and they're helping out at home, and they're also helping kids learn. And to parents out there that are first responders and that have essential jobs and that are trying to teach their kids, I just feel for you and I'm with you, and if you need anything, we're here for you. And so here's 2 tips and tricks for your kids that they can remember if you guys are ever getting into difficult times or difficult moments. So this is Kayli's ideas for handling frustration and resentment. This one's called Trading Places. When I feel resentful toward a grown-up, I try to imagine that I'm the grown-up and they are me. I go to a quiet space and close my eyes and then picture myself as the grown-up. Sometimes I picture how great it would be to be the boss. But then I keep imagining and I see myself having to remind someone else over and over to help with chores. If you're a parent right now, I know you're raising your hand saying, I just asked my kiddo to do something 5 times. I feel frustrated then too. I start to see how people's actions affect other people. I can grow kinder and more thoughtful when I think about my chores or how my chores might make other people feel. Thinking about how others feel makes me feel less resentful. So that's all about when a kid is feeling discouraged or a child's feeling like, oh, why do I need to do this at home? Why do I need to help? And it's something normal, like we all go through that it's important to remember we need to help because that other person needs help and we can put ourselves in their shoes. And then the next one is called self-reflection. So this is also about projects and chores that kids do at home. Sometimes when I have projects or chores, I get frustrated because I won't have time for all the other fun stuff I was hoping to do. Can I get an amen? I feel like that right now because I'm adulting and learning laundry and dishes and all of that. So I'm right there with you, sister. It's hard to get chores done quickly when my brain is full of angry thoughts. I do this simple trick to calm myself down. I look in the bathroom mirror. Sometimes my squinched up mad face makes me laugh out loud, and I begin to calm down. If my face isn't mad enough, I make the maddest face I can. Now I'm really laughing. When I feel calmer, I think better, and now I can get my jobs done quickly and then go play. All right. So that's something that your kiddo can do. Turning anger into humor is a really good idea. But thank you for joining us today, and I will be back with you another day to talk more, and I can't wait.